To attach the lateral flexion device to your tour portable table, first remove both mid-leg support pins and swing up the mid-leg support braces. Set the pins on the front half of the table. Next, remove the hinge pins that hold the front and back halves of the table together and set them on the front half of the table. Separate the back half of the table from the front half and set it on the lateral flexion device, lining up the hinges appropriately. Insert the hinge pins to secure the table to the device. Pick up the front half of the table and simply set it in place with the legs outside the lateral flexion device's 4 adjustable rubber bumpers. The middle brace of the device is also adjustable to provide a perfect register for the table. The flexion distraction device has 3 component parts: the star base, the main gas spring component, and the control knob and mast. We've included an Allen wrench to assist you in assembling the device. First, attach the vertical tube to the star base, inserting either end into the hole. Tilt the base up and use the Allen wrench to tighten it into place. Next, insert the main gas spring component into the star base. Line up the bolts on the main gas spring's round collar with the 2 recesses in the ring of the star base, while also dropping the rod into the vertical tube. This rod and tube keep the position of the star base constant for lateral flexion. Use the Allen wrench to lock it into place. You'll attach the control knob and mast after the device is attached to the table. To attach the flexion distraction device to your tour portable table, first slide the black hinge locks off of the hinges and fold the back legs up into the table. The hinge locks must be all the way forward for the legs to fold properly. Roll the flexion distraction device under the back of the table. Set the back of the table onto the device, lining up the slots on the white housings with the tabs on the flexion distraction device. Use the mid-leg support pins to secure the table to the device. To install the control knob and mast, first make sure that the mast's position indicator button is in the white position. Insert it into the flexion distraction device and lock it into place by turning the mast locking lever clockwise until it is parallel to the floor. You can change the position of this lever to suit your needs. Simply pop it out away from the mechanism, adjust, and release. As you can see, the table with the device connected will, by design, have a little play side to side in the connections, but is still just as sturdy and reliable as the standard tour table. The tour table with the lateral flexion device is now ready to use. When the position indicator button is in the white position, the flexion distraction mechanism is locked into a fixed position, allowing a patient to safely sit on the table. To activate the flexion distraction device, turn the knob clockwise, press down, and turn clockwise again, moving the position indicator button to the red position. The back half of the table can now be flexed vertically by pushing down and releasing the control knob. If the device is left in the red position, the flexion distraction device is activated, so if a patient tries to sit on the table, it will flex, risking patient alarm or injury. When not in use, default to the white position. The table can also be locked into any flexed position. Press down on the control knob with the button in the red position and use your other hand to hold the table at the desired angle. Turn the control knob to return the position indicator button to the white position. The caudal drop can be operated no matter where the table is in the flexion arc. To return the table to its neutral position, turn the control knob so the button is in the red position and allow the gas spring to lift the table back to level. Be sure to return the button to the white position when not using the flexion distraction. To activate lateral flexion, pull up on the lateral flexion locking lever. The back half of the table can now flex side to side. Lateral flexion can be used independently or in conjunction with the flexion distraction. Turn the control knob so the position indicator button is in the red position, and you can now flex the back of the table up and down and side to side. The lateral flexion device may be used with the flexion distraction device unlocked in the red position or locked at any angle in the white position. To lock the lateral flexion into place, simply press down to tighten the lateral flexion locking lever. When the flexion distraction device is not needed, the control knob and mast can be easily removed. Simply turn the mast locking lever counterclockwise until it is parallel to the floor, then remove the mast. The flexion distraction device is now locked and deactivated, and your tour portable table is ready for standard operation. Because your patient must be positioned lower on the table when using the flexion distraction device, his or her face will not be on the table's headpiece cushion. An accessory we recommend is the Thule Table's Comfort Pillow. Apply the Velcro strap to the underside of the pillow to secure it into a position that is comfortable for your patient. Paper towel is soft, absorbent, and inexpensive, and can be used to protect the cushion and provide comfort to your patients. Your patient can then rest his or her arms alongside the pillow with hands on the original headpiece. To optimize the effect of the flexion distraction device, we've included Valio ankle weights to help you counterbalance the force of the flexion distraction's gas spring. You may want to place the weights below or above the mast depending on your patient's weight and your desired resistance. Here, Dr. Thule has determined that both weights draped across the back of the knees is best for his preferences and his patient's size. The weights not only act as a counterbalance, but also help to hold the patient's legs in place, aiding in the distraction portion of flexion distraction. The mast's position indicator button is in the red position, allowing Dr. Thule to flex the table. He achieves distraction with one hand on the patient's back, pushing gently away while flexing the back half of the table with his other hand. He may lock the table at any angle by turning the control knob to shift the button to the white position, and may resume flexing the table by returning the button to the red position. He can use the lateral flexion in addition to flexion distraction by unlocking the lateral flexion locking handle and operating the flexion distraction device with the button in the red position. The star base sits 3 inches above the ground so that you may roll it over your foot if you'd like. Because of the rod and tube assembly on the star base, its path and the wheel position will be fixed, allowing you to keep your foot in the same position. We sell a plastic floor mat both to protect the floor and to provide the smoothest possible movement. This is particularly important if you're working on carpeting, as the wheels need a hard surface to roll on. The lateral flexion distraction device is an innovative and versatile addition to any chiropractic practice.
For more information, email us at office@thuletables.com or give us a call, 1-800-45-THULE. You could also visit us at our website, thuletables.com.